Om Shanti. Make your foundation of faith strong and remain constantly fearless and carefree. A faith filled intellect can never be defeated. To the extent that someone's intellect has faith, to that extent, he will be victorious over everything. Someone whose intellect has faith can never be defeated. If there is defeat, you can understand that faith is lacking. Consider yourself to be a jewel of all those victorious jewels whose intellects have faith. If any obstacles come, then pass it by considering it to be a test paper. Do not look at the situation, but pass it by considering it to be a test paper. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 18. Make your foundation of faith strong and remain constantly fearless and carefree. Today's topic: a faith filled intellect can never be defeated. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
I think most of you have met Dadi Janki. Yes? How many of you haven't met Dadi? Oh, okay. Dadi had courage and determination. Of course, every quality, but lot of courage and determination. Because when different sisters or dadis went in different directions in India to start service, so Dadi Janki was sent to Bombay, and they really didn't have money. So it's not she can get in the bus, or she will have to walk from one place to another place. But her determination was, unless I give knowledge to someone, I won't eat breakfast. So sometimes she didn't find any. So she will go sit in the park and keep in a way as she's reading some scripture. So 2 people will come, then 5 will come, then 10 will come. And she start giving gyan. And then she will go and eat breakfast. She said, if I don't give knowledge, no, so how can I eat? First I have to give. With her determination, lot of people not only benefited, but they start cooperating, start giving. It's amazing story of Dadi from Bombay and then many places. But then I know myself and Dr. Nimla, we were in London and it was very, very cold. We had local heater, not central heating. So then we thought one of the dadis should be with us. See, we wrote to the Didi Mohini and Dadi Prakashmani. They said, okay, we will send Dadi Janki. So she came to London with us. We had no bed, we really had nothing. Anyway, we created whatever it is. But so determined, it was very difficult, for people to become Brahmins, to take care of their food. And we knew that Dadi is with us, so she starts sustaining us. 4 o'clock, we will sit in the afternoon. She will read the notes which will come from Madhuban. Didi Mohini, Shantamani Dadi will write notes and send it to Dadi, and Dadi will read to us. They were in Sindhi. But because I had journey with Dadi since 74, until when she left body, because she traveled with me a lot, and but really she had so much self-confidence. Many times she'll say that it's not possible, it can't happen, how will it happen? it won't move, going to happen. One time she wanted me to go to Malaysia. So I said, okay, I called embassy. They said it will take 2 days for visa. And Dadi wanted me to go same day because one of the sister was not well, and we all were in the program, so Dadi wanted me to attend. So I said, Dadi, it will take 2 days. She said, no, you go, you will get it today. You will get it in a day. I said, but Dadi, they not agree. They will. You go again. I said, okay, I will go again. And when I went again and I told them that I need to go, okay, we will give you a special visa. But she will never give up. It will happen. You have to go. You will get it. So when she used to say, we were young, so we got a lot of strength that if Dadi is saying it, it will definitely happen. So their determination, self confidence, every courage, amazingly, they had nothing, even walking was difficult, but she didn't stop traveling, she didn't stop anything. She kept going on. So that is an example of that faith. The faith-filled intellect can never be defeated. A faith-filled intellect can never be defeated to the extent that someone's intellect has faith. To that extent, Baba says, they will be victorious over everything. So I don't have to measure the victory, but I have to measure in my faith. Someone whose intellect has faith can never be defeated. If there is defeat, you can understand that faith is lacking. It's a very good point. Check the faith. Consider yourself to be the jewel out of all those victorious jewels. Have faith. If any obstacle comes, then pass it by considering it to be a test paper. So do not look at the situation, but pass by considering it to be a test paper. Because without test paper passing, you cannot get promotion. If you want promotion, you have to have passed the test, right? So that enthusiasm that I have to pass with honor will help us to be victorious, pass with honor, constantly be victorious, right? That should be our thought. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. So, good evening, good morning, whatever time of day it is. I hope it's going well. Yes, good morning, dear Mohini Didi. My name is Peter. We've met a number of times, of course. But for everyone's sake, I'm from Australia. I'm based in Brisbane, Australia. And I'm looking after the service here. And I'm thinking how wonderful this topic is, as the months go by and the topics. I've gone into mute again. Yes. There we go. Is that okay?
थोड़ा आवाज कम करें.
So I hope you've heard most of what I've said so far. But what a wonderful topic this topic of faith is. As each month goes by with these signals, the theme each month seems to be a wonderful thing. We think, oh, wow, this month's theme is amazing. How could we get a better theme next month? But then it's not that it's better, but it's equally engaging. So, Didi, I was wondering about this thing of having faith that each and every cycle is the same. So this moment is my moment of victory because my faith says that each and every cycle I have this victory. Is that one way that you've gone about this sort of thinking? Is that one way that you've used to attain success, that faith that this is that same moment of every cycle?
Yeah, I am finding it, it's little not very clear. So sisters are helping me.
Oh, okay. Should I turn up? That's the question, I suppose.
You are talking about victory, right?
Yes. Now I've just turned my microphone up quite a bit. So let's see how that goes. Yes, talking about the faith that I'm victorious every kalpa, every cycle. And this moment, whatever's happening, is a significant thing. And it's the same incident that occurs every cycle. And I'm victorious every cycle. Is that the way that you've used to be strong in every situation?
Well, actually, it is both ways. Like it had happened, it's going to happen, and it will happen again. So this could help the soul to, when there is a situation, just for a while to see that, yes, there was similar situation last kalpa and I was victorious. I think some kind of power which comes in when with I think that way. And I know that in early days, I don't know how many years you are in Gyan, but in our early Brahmin days, we use this always more and more, right? That I did pass this last kalpa. And also for many things, Didi Manmohini used to remind us, like if a task is given, and I will say, Didi, but I don't know if I will be able. you did last kalpa. And if you do now, and if you are victorious, you will do it every kalpa. It will be ordained for you. So it was kind of power which came for us at that time to remind us of that it did happen last kalpa. And more emphasis was that I have to get it done now. I have to be victorious now. And then I will be victorious every kalpa. So there is help from thinking of last kalpa. But more is that at present, I have to be victorious. And then I definitely will be victorious next kalpa. So past, present, and future. So present is really very important. Past definitely support us. Future will be motivating us. But present is most important, that I must be victorious now, with the thought that I was victorious and I will be victorious, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I also recall it to be a strong feature. Maybe it was just the way I was listening to, and the way I was hearing things. But in the 80s, when I first came, it seemed to be a very strong point that came. It really stuck out to me, anyway. But I like that. That whatever I do now, I'm achieving this for every kalpa in the future. So that, yeah, the present is the most important thing. So, Didi, I was thinking about how faith guides us through so many things, and we've now gone through half a cycle of body consciousness, and our faith has depleted all the way through. And I even see how, say, scientific people now, New Soul's clan, think, well, we know what is, and religious people have faith. So it's like two things: we know, and religious people have faith. But I suppose the religious people, they've come from the religions of old, and over many births, their faith has been sorely tested as they've gone through their stages of decline. So for us, we've gone through a lot of decline over a long period of time. And so there are many, many strong records within us of defeat. And so that notion of being victorious is a very attractive notion, but sometimes it can be hard to stick to because of the strength of the past. Yeah. What do you do in those situations when it's like the past keeps telling you that, no, this is difficult, this is hard, this is not possible?
I think that every every present moment, I have to keep reminding myself that I am a victorious jewel. I am a victorious jewel. Because, the way if we think about that in the past, there had been decline or I hadn't been successful, I hadn't been victorious. I think that there is always, even sometimes, I remember that once I asked Avyak Bab Dada that when we come to knowledge, there are so many difficulties, obstacles from society, from family. Baba used a very simple word. It's just to give you the experience. And, it's like, and then I said, but then why there is so much opposition? And Baba said, that's a very good sign because that means you are moving forward and they don't want you to move forward. So Baba gave such beautiful answers. So after that, whatever difficulties came, and I said, oh, they have come to make me strong, to give me more experience. And I have kept that attitude that even sometimes, like in USA, we are doing something and suddenly some notice come about something. And I always tell the team, oh, for us to gain more experience, if we do this next time, we will be better. Not see the difficulties, but always see that I am learning from this. A right method will appear, my experience will grow, then I will be more clear about certain things, So keep this a very positive attitude that this has come to make me learn, not to make me fail, not to make me defeated, but more learning, more experience. And, like a good swimmer, will always look for big waves because he won't enjoy if there are no waves. So sometimes I also see that for us, all these situations are like big waves. Only what I have to do is a good swimmer, right? And then I enjoy these waves instead of backing and saying, oh, this is the big one. So I think every situation, one lesson Dari Janki taught us, we will go to Dari, it's a big situation. She said, no situation is big. Make it small and then think about it. It will be resolved. I always remember Dadi's words that it's not big. You all making it big, thinking it is big. It is not big. So make it small. And one time Dadi Gulzar said, no situation is bigger than you. So I always remember that I am more stronger than the situation. So I think these things, when we remind ourselves, it gives really, internally when you are victorious, externally you will also be victorious. But if you are defeated, disappointed, it's very difficult. I don't think I can do it. These thoughts shouldn't emerge in us, right?
Mm. Mm. Yeah. So every single situation now in Brahman life is there for our learning, for our advancement.
Yeah. Because this is more like, as if Baba compare every situation to be a test paper, that means more promotion, more promotion. It's like in the Lokik world also, there are a lot of people who are very talented, but there are some who are very experienced, right?
Yeah.
So even medically, you see, there are older doctors, they have a lot of experience. Younger ones have a lot of knowledge, So I will prefer a very experienced one because while treating, if something comes up, a experienced one will definitely be more effective than only one who has a lot of education. So each one of us should see that way. One time Brahma Baba said that Baba gets all the storms first so that I can be victorious and help other souls.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, when we have very, very strong faith, then that allows us to remain calm, doesn't it? And for us to have clear discernment, to discriminate between things, like the doctor, the good doctor, will sit calmly and look at the situation. Whereas maybe someone who's less experienced be a little worried. They might be a little worried. That does make a lot of sense. And it really does spell out the beauty of the quality of faith. because in so many ways in the world, faith is seen as a bad thing, as a superstitious sort of belief, I suppose. But actually, it's a wonderful thing. And I suppose every soul, every single soul, all 8 billion plus, need faith in something ultimately. So, Diddy, yesterday you had said that we should never show discontentment on our face.
Mm,
And it really made me think, even if for a split second, if someone sees my discontented face, then I'm in trouble. I, I remember not so long ago it happened, and someone I just made I had a look on my face just for a moment when I heard someone say something, and that person chased me, and
mm,
they chased me wanting some sort of resolution, and so then I found that I had to put extra care in there
mm,
to bring about a sense of resolution. But it seemed to me that it had come about because my face had changed for just a moment. Yeah. I mean, have you had that sort of experience?
mm. Because they say now that there is certain attitude, there is a certain way to look at the things. Give a very simple example that when a glass is half full, half empty, so some will look at how much empty it is, but others will look at how full it is, right? So I think
Mm,
for me, I always look at how much we have gained or how much transformation is there. And, it's always seeing something which is on the positive side. Once we do that, then contentment will always there. But if we always see what I haven't been able to do, instead see what I have been able to do. So to bring the
mm,
contentment, full contentment, we have to look at the present in a very positive way. Not what I couldn't do, but what I have been able to do. Really, if all of us, I feel in all these 68 years with Baba, amazingly, what I had been and I had been able to do keeps me very not only content, but knowing that in future also, whatever will be the assignments and tasks, I will be able
mm.
to do it. It's more and more self-confidence, right? More and
Yeah.
more light about everything.
Mm, mm.
So
Yeah.
you are you
The
are
best,
one of the you are one of the victorious jewel because that's why you are
the,
here, right? Mm.
right. Yeah,
Not only
absolutely.
victorious, but also contentment, self-trust, and
Mm,
Avyakti Parivar is listening to you and could feel
mm,
your attainments and
mm.
your good qualities and
Yeah,
stability, right? All these
yeah,
qualities.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So I noticed that Baba had said in the point this morning that for us to think of ourselves as a particular treasure in amongst the treasures. So it's like we have our own uniqueness, even as a special treasure, and in amongst a gathering of special treasures, we each have our own uniqueness and reason for being here, which I thought was a very special way for it to be expressed. Mm,
Actually, Baba has given us all the treasures, all the
mm,
treasures. Only I have to remind myself. Sometimes at home, you have something and then we forget. But there are some, they always remember we have it. We have it. So, same is with the treasures. Sometimes we forget what treasures we have. So, at the
mm,
right time, just remember, oh, I have peace. I have love.
mhm,
I have this. Remind
mm,
yourself how full you are with the gifts of
mm.
treasures which Baba has given us, right? So
Right.
it's really lovely to have you in a Vyakti Parivar, right?
Mm. Thank you, Mohini Didi. I've really, really enjoyed being here, enjoyed our conversation very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Om Shanti.